¿Qué pasa, YouTube? And yeah, guys, as the title suggests, this is going to be a black and white 2 against my very good friend Rylan, aka Rchizzle9. This was our first ever black and white 2 Wi-Fi battle each, and it turned out to be pretty good. His part should be up, so make sure to go check that out and make sure to go subscribe to him. Now, as you can see from the team preview, he's using the new Landorus and the new Keldeo, as I'm using the new Thundurus and the new Tornadus. And also, if you're wondering why he's got an Amoonguss, it's because he thought that the regenerator ability on it was released, and we're not completely too sure about that. But yeah, guys, with that, I don't really want to say much else because I just really want to narrate this battle, so let's get right into it. So if you're wondering why he's called Leo, it's because I had to give him my SAV file. So yeah, he's going to be leading off with the Landorus, as I will be leading off with the Polito. Just wanted to get out my rain as soon as possible. Now the U-turn is very obvious, so I'm actually just going to stay in and I'm going to go for the Scald on whatever he decides to bring in because it is going to be rain boosted. And the switch into the Amoonguss was very obvious, so I'm hoping maybe I will be able to get the burn. Unfortunately, I do not. And the following turn, because I don't really have anything on my team that wants to be put to sleep, I'm just going to leave in my Polito basically as my sleep fodder of choice and just get off another Scald. Luckily for me, I do end up getting the burn, which is just great because now I will hopefully be able to use that extra Rchizzle damage in order to take down this Amoonguss. And Amoonguss is bulky as fuck, especially because he does have the regenerator ability. So I'm gonna switch out to my Ferrothorn, thinking that, well, Amoonguss really can't do anything to me, right? And I can get out my rocks for free. But he's gonna pull his own double switch out to Keldeo. Now I have no idea what Keldeo do, but I know because Ferrothorn is very bulky, I'm actually gonna stay in and I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave. And Rylan told me that some Keldeo do run substitute with Calm Mind, so I guess he didn't go for the substitute thinking that I would switch out. Luckily that's not the case, and I'm able to get the Thunder Wave off as he's going to hit me with the +1 Secret Sword. Unfortunately, I do miss the Power Whip, but as you're about to see, I'm going to get some Justice and he's going to get fully paralyzed, allowing me to hit him with the super effective stabbed Power Whip. Now I also could have gone up to Stealth Rocks, but I decided just to get some damage on this Keldeo. As the following turn, I have nothing on my team that wants to take a hit from this thing, so I'm unfortunately going to have to leave in my Ferrothorn for Death Fodder. But luckily for me, he ends up getting paralyzed again, allowing me to get up my Stealth Rocks, and my Ferrothorn has done his job, paralyzed the Keldeo, hit it with the Power Whip, and got up the entry hazards, which is the only reason that I really wanted to keep it around at this point. So he's going to finish me off with another Secret Sword, as I'm going to get a switch out into my Thundurus Theron form, I think is what you call these forms. Now, I have no idea what the fuck this thing is supposed to be. Like I said, is it a dragon? Is it a spirit? Is it a flying leprechaun genie? What are you? I don't know. So I'm going to Volt Switch out into my Polito. Now I knew the Amoonguss or the Heatran switching was very obvious, but I knew he would more than likely go on into Heatran, seeing as this is his perfect opportunity to start getting up the Stealth Rock. So I'm just going to stay in, hoping that I can wake up, because if I can wake up my Politoed, I know I will hopefully be able to bring it in. What the fuck? I don't know English. Bring it in on the Slowbro and go for a Toxic. Unfortunately, I don't wake up, and he's going to switch back into the Amoonguss. Now, I could have gone for the Protect just to try to wake up, but I didn't want to stay in and take any unnecessary damage. So I'm just make the safe switch out into my Cain Velasquez, aka my Conkeldurr. Now, for those of you who watch UFC, you will know who Cain Velasquez is. And to my surprise, the Giga Drain actually ends up doing a bit more damage than I thought it would, so I'm thinking maybe he's more of an offensive variant, seeing as my Scald did around 10% at the beginning of the battle. So I'm just going to stand and I'm going to go for the Stone Edge, and I was actually very close to going for the Ice Punch, but on the off chance that maybe he would predict me to over-predict him to switch into the Slowbro and get off a hit with the Giga Drain, but no, he does make the safe play, switches down to Slowbro, and I'm going to make the safe play as well and go for the Stone Edge, and Stone Edge did nothing to this fucking Slowbro. So I'm going to take this chance to switch out into my Theron form Tornadus. Now, if you're wondering why I brought it in on the Slowbro, was because, well, I have Regenerator ability, which is the Theron form's ability, obviously. And above that, I can hit Slowbro super hard with the Hurricane, seeing as I do have the rain up, so it's 100 accuracy. But I know the switch out is very obvious, so I'm actually going to go for the U-turn, and I'm not going to lie, I was fairly close to going for the Focus Blast, but I just wanted to make the safe play, and I'm going to U-turn out into my Haxorus, my 6-foot Haxorus, and I just really love this nickname. So because I am going to be carrying the Earthquake, Rylan is going to be scared out into the Slowbro, and I was actually very, very close to going for the Dragon Dance, but I didn't want to take the chance of him switching out into his Theron form Landorus and him being Scarf and still being faster than me. So I decided to just go for the safe Earthquake as he brought in the Slowbro. And this turn, I am going to go for the Dragon Dance, seeing as even if he is carrying the Thunder Wave, as you see here, I do carry the Lumberry, and even if he did go for the Scald, I would be able to live that. If he did get the burn, I do have the Lumberry. So there was really no reason for me not to go for Dragon Dance at that point, and I'm going to go for the Outrage. And look at... Did you guys see that animation for Outrage? That is fucking sexy. Oh my god. So fucking Slowbro took a +1 Adamant stabbed Outrage. Jesus, you're too fucking bulky. Unfortunately for me, I do get paralyzed, but luckily, because I'm not going to be locked into outrage anymore, I'm actually going to go for it, seeing as this turn he is going to switch out into the Landorus, and even if I did go for the Earthquake, I was thinking that maybe he would switch out into Slowbro to take the Earthquake. But even though I am going to be a neutral attack because I'm still adamant max attack, this is easily going to annihilate that Landorus, which is great because I don't have to worry about that thing running around and possibly being faster than the rest of my team. So he's going to bring in the Scizor, and he's actually going to go for the U-turn. He's going to get a crit, but I'm pretty positive that didn't matter, seeing as Haxorus has very frail defenses and Choice Banded Adamant Scizor is strong as fuck. So he's going to U-turn out to the Slowbro, as I'm going to bring in my Thundurus, I believe, because obviously I do carry the Volt Switch and the Thunder, and there's no real reason for me not to go out into it. And I'm going to fire Thunder right away. Now, he could have switched out into the Heatran as well, but he's actually going to switch into the Amoonguss, which is a better play, seeing as he's already a status, so he doesn't have to worry about being paralyzed. And this Thunder actually does a bit more than I thought it would, considering that this Thundurus has, I believe it, like, with Modest Nature, this thing's special attack is 427, which is just phenomenal. So I'm going to go straight for the Hidden Power Ice, and to my surprise, I'm going to be able to knock him down to a point where the burn will be able to take him out, as he's going to go for the Hidden Power Ice of his own, more than likely. I guess just to hit dragon types. So if I had actually not got the burn off from him, I would just finish them off with another Hidden Power Ice, or he also could have switched out to another Pokemon saving his Amoonguss, so that's where the burn really ended up helping me out in the long run. So he's going to bring in the Scizor, and because obviously I will be faster than him, he's got no choice but to lock himself into the Bullet Punch, which gives me a free switch out into my Cain Velasquez. Now here I have an option to either go for the Bulk Up or to go for the Stone Edge, or actually pull a double switch, where I am going to do, because the Slowbro switching is very, very obvious. Oh no, sorry, I switched into my Tornadus, sorry. Into my Tornadus, because the Slowbro switching was very obvious, sorry. As I've said 50 fucking times already. And this turn I'm actually going to go for the Hurricane, and to my surprise it actually does a bit more than I thought it would, because I'm actually Timid Scarf as opposed to Modest Scarf, because I want speed, I want to be able to outspeed things. And this turn I'm just going to switch out into my Politoed, because if he goes for the Lava Plume, if he goes for the Toxic, I'm already asleep, so it's really not going to matter. So he's going to pull his own switch into the Slowbro, and if you're wondering why the quality went down, is because I had to speed this part up extremely fast, because there's really nothing going on besides me trying to Toxic Stall him. Luckily I was able to wake up and get the Toxic off, and I'm going to go for the Scald. Unfortunately for him, I do burn the Scizor, which means next turn I can just go for Protect, and he's going to faint, and he's going to bring back in the Slowbro. And because it is Toxic, I'm hoping that if I can bring it below 70%, that I can bring in my Tornadus and just go straight for a Hurricane and be able to KO him, as I'm going to switch in my Pájaro, and I'm going to go straight for the Focus Blast, actually, because the switch out is very obvious, seeing as he has to keep his Slowbro around to check my my Conkeldurr. And I'm able to actually hit the Focus Blast and just get rid of this Heatran, which means his last is going to be the Slowbro. And because I do still have Conkeldurr and this Tornadus around, the battle will be mine, as I'm just going to switch in Conkeldurr basically as Death Fodder, but he actually ends up going for the Thunder Wave. Not really too sure why, which means the following turn, I will be able to take one Psychic and finish him off with the Stone Edge, well, knocking him down to a point where the Toxic will be able to finish him off. So that's going to be the very narrow 2-0 victory in my favor. If you guys did enjoy the battle, make sure to click the like button, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe for some more Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battles. Now I still have some regular Black and White Wi-Fi battles saved up that I will be uploading. So yeah guys, with that I do believe I am out of here, so later.